Hi and welcome to this video in which I will be reviewing the first episode from season 7 of The Walking Dead. So it will definitely contain spoilers, I'm warning you. Well, it has leaked now, so don't want to know, don't watch that or wait till you see the episode. So, a review but also some thoughts on the themes, the topics, recurrent. Do I like it or not? Is it worth watching? Well, definitely. Is it perfect? No. And just my opinion, of course. So, the structure of the episode is quite anachronistic. In the beginning, the camera is the spectator's point of view, and it goes down to show the blood on the ground. So I'm not summing up the what has come just before, because if you watch this video you have seen The Walking Dead, I hope so. Previous season, 6th season, so they were captive, Rick's group, and now they are at the denouement. We're going to see what's a twist in the beginning. Let's say who's getting killed by Negan, the dreadful Negan. And so from the beginning I was saying that the camera is taking the viewer's point of view, because we expect from the very beginning to see, but it takes its time. The episode is slow. It's not revealing who has died, not now. So in the beginning, when you slowly witness the camera going down to show the blood on the ground, whose head has been blasted, well, you see blood on the ground, or rather squashed brains spilled on the ground everywhere, and then the opening credits kick in. So it's a suspenseful episode. Well, we don't know yet who has died, and we have the point of view of Rick right after. So I'm not reviewing all what's happening in the episode here, but basically the ideas. And in my opinion, it's a repetitive plot of The Walking Dead. It has already been seen. A plot in which they lose everything, in which the crew, or the family, as it is called in the same episode, Rick's family, we're witnessing the unraveling of the family. It falls apart. So we are in Rick's shoes. We are seeing Rick's visions, and they don't immediately reveal who has died, who got killed by Negan. And so we see it's well directed here, fast pictures that are going in Rick's mind, and in black and white, the sign of the past, of course. So it's an analysis, as we call. It's not in the order of the events. We got Rick and Negan. It's all about Rick and Negan. In half the episode is about this duel, actually. So Rick's visions, they don't show immediately what's happening, what has happened to two persons of his group. Person who got killed in a horrible way. So, which leads me to this. It's an episode full of violence. It's violence at its paroxysm, and the graphic head destruction, if I can use this expression, the graphic head destruction is really shocking. So is Glenn's death, with the terrific makeup, which is absolutely awful to see. This eye popping out like that, the eyeball. Actually, it's interesting because in the show, it's funny when we see those kind of effects, special effects, the gory makeup on zombies, maybe CGI or practical effects. But when it occurs to one popular character, it makes the viewer kind of question the entertainment for gore. It's not funny anymore because we see one nice guy, one loved character suffering a horrible death and slow death too, and it's really graphic. It's pain. Just the paroxysm of the episode, like in the beginning, when Rick's flashback showed this. So to some instances, it really made me think of a torture porn movie, because it lays emphasis on the process of the inflicted pain and death. And it's inevitable, we can't escape that. We're watching two great characters die. Abraham's first, and Glenn's after, second. And again, this popped up eyeball. That was crazy and awful, because Glenn was the embodiment of the nice guy, the devoted guy, and above all, a father to be. And similarly, Abraham's, I don't remember exactly, but in the previous episodes, he had evolved in a better way. Kind of was disrespectful to Rosita, I guess, but he got popular to the audience because he may be a little rash. As a good guy. He was a good guy, Abrahams, and he dies with dignity and pride because although he has been beaten severely in the head, stands back up on his knees and he says, "Suck my nuts" to Negan. So it was a rock and roll line before dying. So another aspect of the episode is a very important theme here is the domination relationship, as I wrote it, because Rick refuses to follow the orders, and the denying that Rick even says at first, it is all about control. He still wants to control the situation and doesn't want to be submissive to Negan. So the bludgeon is a symbol of strength, of course, strength, a weapon, but it's also a word, a verb, to bludgeon, a verb meaning to force into something, and that is what Negan is literally doing to Rick. He's forcing Rick to obey, to make it short. So it's all about violent scenes, shocking scenes, what everybody recalls is the shocking scenes. And the second topic here that's important is the relationship between the two leaders, Negan and Rick. And there is a lot of tension here. So coming back to Rick, we got this point of view feeling where close-ups, extreme close-ups on his face. He's tormented, and you got Abraham's blood on his face. So there is this feeling of inescapable guilt that is expressed by Rick, and he's crying, and we see eyes are filled with hatred to some point. This is what Negan hates, actually. He wants to change that look. He wants to get him under his control. And as a good leader, or not good, I don't know, I'm not biased about leadership, but Rick feels accountable once again. So there is a strong feeling of guilt. And at the 12th minute, we are in Rick's shoes, witnessing the eeny, meeny, miny, mo countdown. So what follows is Abraham's death, a very proud one, I was saying, and after being totally surprising death of Glenn. For me, it was surprising because I didn't read anything. I didn't give a shit about the theories about who died in the summertime. I wasn't thinking about The Walking Dead, you know. But if you focus on it, if you watch the shot, it's an unexpected because you got Negan is talking, almost facing the viewer, watching at Rick because it's a point of view, I guess. I guess it's in Rick's eyes at the moment, and behind Negan you have Glenn kneeling, and it suddenly turns and boom, turns just like that. So it was appalling to me. It was an appalling blow. I didn't expect that blow. So to do with the dual idea, the confrontation of two men for power in a post-apocalyptic world, it's relevant here that Negan challenges Rick to kill him. It defies Rick, and it leaves him a chance to kill him. But there is this idea of controlling again. You belong to me. This axe is mine, you're mine. So it's like two dominant males to some extent. Animals. And the risk isn't the walkers, the zombies. In the episode, as I read on a few reviews, Negan throws Rick and the zombies to remind us that they were the real threat. But no, the real threat is not the zombies. Never been. It's a secondary threat. First threat, as the seasons go, we are aware of the threat of the human. And it's not randomly because I guess that Rick and Negan are alter egos. And Negan is a second self for Rick. But this time Rick is facing someone more vicious than the governor, someone stronger than him in his leadership and his cruelty. So, all in all, an appalling, suspenseful episode where Negan, by the way, I forgot to say that Negan reminds me of Raul Julia, a great late actor. He's an interesting character, he's a ruthless maniac, but he's quite shrewd in the way he understands Rick and Rick's psyche. A daunting character and domineering one. He wants to rule them all. And it's interesting because the character is often smiling, despite the fact that he's absolutely awful and brutal. He's often smiling and joking, which makes him actually more preoccupying. And somehow his look, I like to focus on the look too, he looks like an aviator. Leather jacket and boots, red scarf, his hair is well styled. So it's paradoxical, this character. And of course, The Walking Dead went further in this episode, adding some unbearable tension afterwards. At some point, when we really thought that Rick could have cut his son's arm with an axe. That was a tense scene. But the episode, as I was saying before, isn't perfect. To me, there are flaws. For example, the reaction of the captive crew. It's questionable because as the horror is taking place before them, and it is so intense, the gory relevance of the scene would have them faint or throw up. I don't know. You want to be gory. You want to be shocking. be realistic now, realistically shocking. So it was a gloom episode, but there was one beautiful, colorful shot in the ending, where we have a feast of friends, what could have been, or the dream of Rick, the dream of everyone, and we got this feast of friends on the table, sitting, and a nice day out, and we got Maggie, Glenn, and their son, and the camera focuses on Glenn. He's the center, at the center. So this was a sad episode for this, because a nice guy dies, but he was supposed to die, I guess, in previous season, where he almost gets back from the dead. So it was a little far-fetched that he didn't die in the previous season, in this episode. And another flaw I found in the episode is that in the last 8 minutes, we got Daryl who's taken, and Negan says he'll be back in a week with an offer. I find it actually a bit strange that they leave them like that, with Glenn and Abraham's bodies in the background, so they have time to do what they want to do. I don't know. The way they leave in the end, it was strange to me. And what to interpret with that? Rick is picking up the axe as if he's accepting the challenge, or accepting to be submissive, to provide for Negan, actually. So he picks up the axe, spots a walker, and yet it doesn't kill him. Why? He refuses. He gets in the truck, drives away, but it's still looking at the walker from afar. And the walker is licking the blood from the two deceased fellows, blood on the ground. And the warning of Negan is something that can be understood for the people watching the show, because it's always written for us viewers more than the character. And when Negan addresses the group, saying the line I'm gonna say, is actually addressing us viewers. That line is, "Things have changed. In The Walking Dead, things have changed in season 7. Whatever you had going for you, that is over now." So this is a line for the audience. So what did you think of the episode? If you got some interesting view, or just want to share your thoughts, feel free to comment below, and I will gladly answer you. Sorry, I'm stuttering a lot today. So thanks for watching, and catch you later.